be another edition of Fandom Talk. Only this issue of Fandom Talk is very festive. You ready? Want to know why it's festive? Because we are doing our top 10 Christmas movies. So I have my list here, and we're going to go from 10 to 1. And we both, this is all of us kind of together. So, like, one or two of them, like, he may love more than I do, but it's ranked on the list kind of most likely to be watched this time of year. And how much we enjoy it. There are some honorable mentions, which we'll talk about at the end. But we're just going to get right into it. And, yeah. So, number 10 is Love Actually, which is more my pick than his pick, even though Andrew Lincoln is in this movie. Without making this completely long, Love Actually is number 10 on the list because Love Actually is number 10 on this list because it is one of my top 10 favorite holiday movies. It features Alan Rickman. It features, obviously, Andrew Lincoln, which is the only way I get you to watch it. And it's just all around a really good movie, and it has that Mariah Carey song that gets stuck in your head. So let's move along. Number 9.
The Santa Claus.
Tim Allen is in that movie. And for some reason, when I think of being a kid and, like, one of a holiday movie that I got into myself without, like, my parents introducing me to, I think of the Santa Claus. Mm-hmm. Because that came out when I was probably, like, 8 or 9, and I went to the movies to go see it, and I liked it generally for me. It wasn't like, oh, hey, this is coming on TV, it's Christmas time, let's watch it. It was kind of like that first memory of seeing it and just being, like, amazed by all of it. Like, at the time, like, all of the special effects and everything that was in it was just really kind of, as a kid, really nice to see. And not to mention, like, I kind of felt like I was Charlie. It was Charlie. His name's Charlie, right? I keep forgetting.
Willy Wonka?
No, I don't know. I forgot the kid's name. But you kind of felt like you were him.
Charlie wished for a chocolate factory.
Okay, why do you like Santa Claus?
It's okay.
You don't start agreeing until later on the list, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's alright. Tim Allen's okay.
There was a lot of, like, grunting jokes in there. I just remember all the grunting jokes.
Yeah, I was never a, yeah.
Number 8, which we were going to put some version of this movie on the list because we do enjoy it. And I figured the best one to put in was one that we both really enjoy. Mm. And that is A Christmas Carol. Mm. But it's a Muppets Christmas Carol. For some reason, as a kid, this sticks out for me most. Like, I've watched, I think, a lot of variations of A Christmas Carol, including, like, the VH1 Divas one, where it's, like, yeah, I watched that one. Don't judge me. But
judged. Too late. Already judged.
I've seen a lot of variations of A Christmas Carol. But Muppets Christmas Carol definitely is probably my favorite.
Mm. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Muppets.
Or Kermit.
Or any form of puppet.
So yes, why do you enjoy Muppets Christmas Carol?
Because it's the Muppets. Like I said, you can't go wrong with the Muppets. No matter what they do.
Number 7 is one that we actually watched today. And actually kind of reminded me why I like this movie so much. And that is Elf. For me, personally, Elf is on the list, and it's number 7, is because it kind of has a Mod Podge of all the kind of classic Christmas movies. It has a really good soundtrack. I enjoy Will Ferrell. I get a kick out of seeing a blonde Zooey Deschanel, and I just kind of like the story with it. It's kind of like, it's a must to watch around the holidays, for me at least.
It's heartwarming. It's classic styling. And, yeah.
Santa, I know him. It's really easy to quote, too.
Yeah. Angry Elf.
Number 6, I was hesitant about putting it on this list because I love it, but I hate it at the same time. And what is that, Eric?
Number 6? What is number 6? I forgot. Oh, A Christmas Story.
I'm going to get so much crap for it being number 6.
You hate it because every single year they always play it repetitively on every single channel, and they play it nonstop for like 3 or 4 days, and it just...
It's only one day, really,
stop.
but...
It feels like an eternity.
But
A Christmas Story is a classic.
And the first viewing is nice, because it's like, oh, I haven't seen you in a year. It's kind of like that relative that you haven't seen in a year, and you get really excited to see them, and then you see them, and they're drunk, and they're obnoxious a few hours later, and you're like, can this just leave? I have memories of a kid watching The Christmas Story and waking up throughout the night at the same point in the movie. I always woke up when they were in the Chinese restaurant. That's when I kept waking up, or when Alfie, what's his name? Alfie? Is it Alfie?
Sounds right.
Ralphie? I think it's Ralphie. I don't know why I said Alfie. Is coming down in the bunny suit. And then that's the time when I would keep waking up during. So it just seemed very recurring to me.
Every single year during the marathon that they always play, I always catch it at the exact same spot every single time. And then when I continue to watch it again afterwards, the next showing, I always catch it at the exact same spot every time. I don't remember actually watching it from beginning to end, like in the longest or ever time.
Yeah, especially the first day we went to my grandmother's house, she put it on because she was super excited, and it was never in the middle of the movie. And then we came home like, oh, let's put on A Christmas Story, and it was never at I kind of forget how the movie starts, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now we're probably going to get into more detail, even though A Christmas Story was a lot of detail, for our top 5. Now, we can safely agree that this top 5 is exactly how we like it. We both like all 5 of these in the order that it was. So number 5 is The Grinch, and this is the animated version of The Grinch, not the Jim Carrey version.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Is a classic, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely one of my favorites. It was actually one of the first movies you bought me as a gift.
Mm-hmm.
I get really excited when it's on. It's very short. I always forget how short it is when we watch it. Mm. But it gives me those, Christmassy feels. It's not Christmas time until I watch The Grinch.
Mm.
You?
I agree.
Welcome Christmas. To hold hands. Okay.
That's a drunk family. All right, number 3.
Number 4.
4? Oh yeah, 4. Oh, I don't know my numbers. I can't count. Number 4 is show me again. I can't remember. Number 4 is super depressing.
As a grown-up, but when you're a kid, you don't notice it being super depressing.
Oh, I noticed it when I was a kid.
I didn't.
Every Charlie Brown movie is super depressing, but that'd be a Charlie Brown Christmas. The Thanksgiving one is depressing. The Halloween one is depressing. He's just a sad, depressed little kid, little blockhead. But again, classic. It's something that
when you see that Charlie Brown Christmas tree, you know what a Charlie Brown Christmas tree is. And it does have a really good ending to it, though.
It does have a good ending. It's still depressing as all hell, but you watch it and immediately brings you back to being a kid.
I used to watch it with my dad.
Yeah.
It just that was his favorite one. We used to watch it every year, and he was like, I need to see the movie. I need to watch the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. And he just got really excited. He used to always want a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. My mom would get mad because he's like, we're not getting a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Alrighty. Number 3. Another one that we just watched today. And that is Home Alone Lost in New York. Now, we went through and looked at all the Home Alone movies. Because apparently there's been 15. No, there's really been 5. But out of all the Home Alone movies, 1 and 2, as much as I love 1, 2 is probably my favorite. because I think I seen 2 way more than I saw 1 as a kid. And it has like Duncan's toy chest. It has, to me, number three, to me, Home Alone 2 is just more of like the, ooh, Christmas. You?
Yes. Crazy Bird Lady. Toy Shop.
I always wanted to go to the toy. I mean, granted, we went to what Duncan's toy shop was like based off of, but I always wanted to like.
You Filthy Animal.
Tim Curry.
Rob Schneider.
It's like the. As a kid, I just kept remembering the tip thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot more. And the one whole large cheese pizza all to myself. That was the dream. I was like, I want that. Okay, number 2.
Plus the president.
Number 2 is the one that we kind of group together.
I just spilled this on myself.
Number 2 is the one that we just kind of group together. And that is the Rankin and Bass movies. Because I have almost every single one of them on DVD. I'm holding them, you can't really see. But I have like almost all of them because they are my personal favorite Christmas movies of all time. Like, I can sit there and I used to make my grandmother let me watch them when it wasn't even Christmas time. That's the fact where she's put a cap, like, no, you can't watch this until like November, right after Thanksgiving, and it stops after New Year's. Because obviously one of them is New Year's themed, so I could get away with watching it till then. But I was obsessed. It wasn't Christmas until I saw these. And he agrees because we watch them all the time.
Right. Yes, the animation is awesome. Sheer classics. It's a musical, basically, for all of them. Heat Miser, Snow Miser, Bumbles, just...
It used to freak me out how Santa changed, though, from Rudolph to all the other ones. Like, I was a kid, I was like, that just seems weird.
Rankin and Bass.
Yes. But because we group them together...
Somebody's groping Santa. Who's groping Santa?
Okay, but because we group these together, I decided to have us pick our favorites from Rankin and Bass. So my personal favorite is A Year Without a Santa Claus. I don't know what it is. It's actually one of the like least favorites, like the least marketing favorites at least from this whole line. But I absolutely love A Year Without a Santa Claus. You can find Rudolph and like Santa Claus is coming to town, like merchandise, but it's so hard to find Year Without a Santa Claus stuff. But I love, when I was a kid, I would sing the Heat Miser and Snow Miser songs. I know it from start to beginning. You sit here and watch this with me, and I can just repeat it. It just gets me in the Christmas spirit, and it makes me so happy. Mm-hmm. And yours?
Rudolph. Why?
One word.
I was asking you.
One word, Bumble.
Oh, one word, Bumble?
One word, Bumble.
Oh, yeah. Let's try this again. Rudolph.
One word.
Bumble.
Yeah.
We can't do that right. But yeah. Bumble. Abominable.
Land of Misfit Toys.
Yeah, there you go.
That was a really good one. Mm-hmm. Though the dentist used to piss me off. Sorry, kids.
Ow.
That was another one that was always, like, when you watch it again as an adult, you look back and you're like, wow, they were really mean. Like, I know they're supposed to be mean to him, but they were really mean. Alrighty, are you guys excited for number 1? You excited for number 1? Mm. And the number 1, do I have it? I have a pile. The number 1 favorite Christmas movie, top 10, number 1 is...
Let me see. I forgot what it was. What was it? Oh, yeah. Wow.
It's your pick.
Oh, I forgot. No. Yeah, of course, because it's the only greatest Christmas movie.
And we watch it every single year on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. and I always do.
You gonna tell them what it is?
I have a problem that whenever I watch a movie or watch a TV show and I really get into it, I tend to really get into it. I tend to roll around. I tend to speak in the voices. I tend to jump around. And on Christmas Eve, after watching this, I always tend to roll around sockless wearing a white tank top and screaming yippee-ki-yay.
Because number one is...
You have it backwards. Die Hard.
I never watched this a lot until we got together 6 Christmases ago. And then I bought it for him for Christmas because he was like, this is the best Christmas movie. And I was like, Die Hard's not a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
And then we watched it, and it just became this thing where we watched it, and now it literally is a Christmas... It is technically a Christmas movie. It takes place on Christmas. It has become, like, the best Christmas movie. Like, I get excited, like, we get to watch Die Hard tonight! Like, it's literally... It's become my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why has it become your favorite?
Alan Rickman. How do you not love Alan Rickman in that movie?
I do. Hans Gruber.
Yes! He's the best!
Argyle, a giant stuffed teddy bear, Run DMC, Nakatomi Plaza, shots changing from brown tank tops to white tank tops to non-bloody tank tops.
And Yippee-Ki-Yay Melon Farmer.
Yep, and who would forget our favorite cop, right? Sergeant Al Powell, I think.
The guy from
Family Matters.
The Winslow.
Yes. Daddy Winslow.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, Die Hard is our favorite Christmas movie. And we have to watch it every single year on almost said New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. That is my our top 10 favorite Christmas movies.
Yeah, it is.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you do. Subscribe to me if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Jazz hands.